as dads, we always look down on our kids on some things that they say, and as grown-ups, we understand that it's just weird to believe those kinds of things. But as a kid, sometimes the far out can seem possible. So we're going to rank our dumb things that you actually believed as a kid. David Adam came up with this suggestion, so David Adam, I'm going to leave it off to you for number 3.
Yeah, wow. Guest dad, David Adam with the lead off.
Well, this one is really kind of stupid. I still, to this day, I'm like, it was hard for me to think of these things because I was like, well, I was a pretty rational kid when I was little. I didn't think of too many weird things, but I did think that if you tore the tags off the beds, you were headed to jail.
That's actually on the tag, though, man.
I know. It says it right there, and I was a rule follower when I was a kid. I don't know. But I never wanted to find out because if I had tried, I bet
our audience could tell us.
The crazy thing is, who is enforcing that? Why did they put that on the tag at the time? If it was enforced in the 20s, what kind of code regulator did that stuff?
I don't know, but nonetheless, I still, to this day, tags still on the beds at my house.
Stay on.
He stays true to his word. My number 3 was, if I had $100 Nike basketball shoes, I could have been way better.
Oh, that's true. That's still true.
I think every kid kind of believes that.
It was the grand marketing scheme of Nike. It must be the shoes.
I fell victim. I needed them. I wanted them. And guess what? Never got them.
My number 3 is swallowing gum can kill you. Somebody told me when I was younger that if you swallow it, it's gonna block your poop chute so that you couldn't poop. Okay. And so I thought that if you built that up, then of course you couldn't poop and then you would die. So that's a dumb thing.
I heard it would stick to my lungs and then I wouldn't be able to breathe eventually.
Oh. Wow.
You escaped?
You escaped that belief?
Yeah. That
no fear of bubblegum whatsoever?
No, none whatsoever.
My number 3 was the Easter Bunny. Now, even more so than Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is actually human and he does possess magical powers, is the Easter Bunny because is a 6-foot bunny going to go around the world and deliver eggs to every single child? This makes no sense. And why is there a bunny delivering eggs? So, again, logical sense, no reason.
I believe in the Easter Bunny. My number 2, it takes some explanation because it's from when I was about 5 years old probably, and I couldn't read. All right, but all through the Midwest, there were towns that had these signs, and the signs were it was a black background with orange letters in cursive, and it said, "Did you know?" And they were all over. Okay, so each town would have one, and it'd be a way for companies to garage sale here, or did you know? That was the company I think that put these out there. For some reason. Right, my sister told me that what that said was Michael Jackson. I don't know why she said that, okay? But until I could read and figure out things, there was a big part of me that was very confused on why all of these towns throughout the Midwest in America had these signs that were an homage to the great pop singer Michael Jackson. I dug deep for this answer, I know, but for the life of me, to this day, that still haunts me. I didn't understand. It said, "Did you know?" Someone told me it said Michael Jackson, and I just thought Michael Jackson was very popular throughout all these towns.
You dug deep into your heart, into your psyche.
It still bothers me.
Childhood
Maybe it's the cursive and the font that Michael Jackson maybe used on the signature of one of the albums. Or something.
Orange and black, a little Michael Jackson, some fun cursive. Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
I didn't have to go into the deep recesses of my soul for my number 2, but I did come up with both of my parents did it. And my children all do it as adults, but I don't, and that is it's the drinking coffee will stunt your growth. And I did not want to be short. So
you still don't drink coffee, right?
I don't drink coffee now. Never did drink coffee. I will try a little mocha smoothie or something like that. That's about as close as I'll get to it. There's a really good one down at the gas station in Troy when you take off the highway. That's the closest I'll go to.
That's 2 hours from us for those of you from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean it's right next to the Denny's, and there's a little mocha smoothie. I'm good with that. But other than that, I don't want to be short.
In your defense, you're pretty tall.
Yeah,
I'm average size.
Maybe it's true.
It paid out.
Yeah.
It paid out.
Good for you.
Yeah, and my children are all 5'6", so I think it's proving to be true.
They drink coffee.
They all drink coffee.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is this goes back to the deep recesses of my soul, and it was that the baseball card collection that I started as a kid was going to make me fabulously wealthy as an adult.
I had the same one, man. I invested, I don't know how many thousands of dollars into baseball cards.
Do you still have them?
I still have them.
Oh,
they're in my
still
basement
do
right now.
Mine are there too, and then I loved them all. I could go out there and start flipping through pages and pages of baseball cards right now, but most of the cards that I bought were at a time where there was just a glut of them on the market, and I bought everything. And if I had to do it all over again, I would do it differently. I would buy like every card for like the St. Louis Cardinals, something like that. That would be very, the fact that I've got
That'd be cool.
Tom Brookins' Detroit Tigers card from 1978 means absolutely nothing to me, other than the fact that I have the complete set.
Love me some Tom Brookins. But have you tried to sell them?
No, and I should.
Well, how do we know? How do we know? We can be rich.
You got to investigate which cards are worth money, then find them.
I'm maybe if I investigate down into the recesses of my soul, I really don't want to be a millionaire. Is what you're saying?
You don't want to part with that childhood memory. That's what it is.
That might be it too.
That's all of our holdup from being rich. I have the cards too. I have a lot of baseball cards. I got them every holiday from whoever. My number one thing I believed as a kid was, if one of your soccer balls, baseballs, basketballs went into the neighbor's yard, that would take it. This ball is mine now. Like, I believed that it was his, and there's no there's no way we could get it back.
Wow, no, and I can't even imagine that rule existing in my life.
Forever, we had lost that ball. Okay. We lovingly named the guy that stole all of our balls growing up. We lovingly named him Stinky Nuts. And Stinky Nuts was our arch nemesis for most of my adult life.
Does he know now that he's Stinky Nuts?
Never.
Okay. And how did he get the nickname? Let's go back. How did he get the nickname?
Because that's what he looked like. He looked like his nuts just stunk. And he's old and crotchety, right? And I won't even tell you what we called his wife, okay? Because it's not appropriate.
Dear.
So Stinky Nuts decided to sell his house, put his house on the market. So he had an open house, all right? Well, my mom and my sister decided they were going to attend the open house. And
Just to be the nosy neighbors, Gladys Kravitz type stuff.
But they had an agenda. They made their way into his garage, and they stole all the balls that he had hoarded from us over the years and brought them back to their freedom to be played with by us kids. But I did believe that because it went into his yard, it was gone. So it was one of those moments, right? You kick a ball, and it goes into that yard, and everyone looks at each other.
You didn't just jump over the fence and go grab it and bring it back?
He was quick off the back porch. And so you jump over the fence, he'd be like, "Hey!" And then you would run. And you would run. And then he'd walk down in like his Stinky Nuts robe, and he'd pick up the ball. And
So
this is mine now.
How many balls did he collect?
I can unlimited. Unlimited amounts.
Hundreds, I'm sure.
My number one is also related to balls, but not necessarily that kind of ball. That I could beat gravity. So this comes from the movie Space Jam. I saw this movie Space Jam, and of course Michael Jordan at the end scene flies essentially. He jumps off from half court and he takes off. Up until my sophomore year when I took physics to understand how this works, I really believed I could defy gravity if I ran a 45-degree angle at a high speed. I'd reach terminal velocity and can beat gravity. I'd lift off. But unfortunately that never happened.
Well, that's a very optimistic viewpoint for a kid.
Especially a 5'7" guy from Novinger.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how Novinger gets dumped on 2 or 3 times this episode.